British Columbia Institute of Technology acknowledges that our campuses are located on the unceded traditional territories of the Coast Salish nations of Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh.
Welcome back to The Crow. My name is Tammy Mack, and this is your 2 o'clock news update. In a press conference this morning, Conservative Party leader John Rustad revealed his cost plan. Reporter Grace Miller has more.
In the cost plan announcement this morning, John Rustad, BC Conservative Party leader, unveils an election pledge with $3 billion in annual tax relief. Rustad said the plan, once fully implemented, will provide $1.5 billion in relief for the first year and increase over time. He says he hopes this will decrease the amount of young British Columbians leaving the province.
It's about making sure that those people, our youth in this province, can stay, that families can be able to build that future.
The BC Green Party and BC NDP Party have not yet publicly responded to the announcement. I'm Grace Miller for BCIT's The Crow.
Before this, NDP leader David Eby has been critical of the Conservatives' silence on financials. Ramping up to final voting day, Eby says it has been a generation since the province has had such stark contrast in election candidates.
I'm asking people to stick together, to think very carefully about where they place their X on that ballot. I'll, of course, respect the decision of British Columbians, regardless of what decisions they make. But I don't think we've had an election where a vote has had this kind of significance for a generation.
More in election news, calls for Conservative candidate Brent Chapman to resign have been renewed as more disturbing social media posts have come to light. Days following Donald Trump's win in the 2016 U.S. presidential election, Chapman posted a graphic instructing liberal voters on how to, quote, kill themselves. Just this weekend, posts from 2017 surfaced where Chapman casted doubt on various mass shootings in recent memory and suggested people were not actually killed. Rustad has refused to dismiss Chapman as a representative and said that Chapman has received legal counsel to not comment further on old social media posts. Over the weekend, RCMP and government officials presented evidence to the Indian government alleging they are involved in cases of violent crime and coercion on Canadian soil. Canada expelled 6 Indian diplomats yesterday, alleging India's top diplomat is a person of interest in the 2023 assassination of Sikh activist Hardeep Singh Nijjar. India has rejected the accusations. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau says India is undermining international rule of law.
No country, particularly not a democracy that upholds the rule of law, can accept this fundamental violation of its sovereignty. Canada fully accepts and respects the sovereignty and the territorial integrity of India. We expect India to do the same.
India has retaliated by expelling 6 Canadian diplomats as well. Pro-Palestine group who made headlines for chanting, quote, death to Canada has been officially listed as a terrorist organization. Nurai Ahmed of the Canadian Press tells us more.
Public Safety Minister Dominic LeBlanc says Sammy Doon will now be listed under criminal code offenses that ban people from donating or providing property to the group. Sammy Doon is also known as the Palestinian Prisoner Solidarity Network. Ottawa says the group has close links with and advances the interests of another group that Canada has already listed as a terrorist entity, the Popular Front for the Liberation of Palestine. The U.S. Treasury Department is also listing a Canadian citizen as an affiliate of a terrorist group, saying the citizen is part of the Popular Front's leadership and fundraising. Naira Ahmed, The Canadian Press.
Destination Toronto has estimated the Toronto leg of Taylor Swift's Eras Tour will inject hundreds of millions of dollars into the city's economy. The tourism organization says it expects the 6 concert dates to draw in $152 million in direct spending, which could grow into a $282 million economic impact. Destination Toronto's predictions cover spending on hotels, restaurants, and retail, but does not include airfare or the concert tickets themselves. This estimate does not account for possible costs, like increased police presence for security and traffic rerouting. Over to weather. Right now it is overcast at 13 degrees. We're expecting it to go up to 15 before dropping to 10 later tonight. Rain is in the forecast, so keep your umbrellas close. This has been your 2 o'clock update. My name is Tammy Mack, and you're listening to BCIT's The Crow.
Stay tuned for more on BCIT's 1680 The Crow.
Everything is changing to digital. Everything is online. People aren't just waiting for the 6 o'clock news anymore. People want their news right now. They want to be able to go onto their smartphone, onto the internet, and see the news that they want to see.
Vancouver is growing at, a really rapid rate, the Lower Mainland even, and with the tools that we're given here, we're able to cover all of that.
Welcome to BCIT Magazine. I'm Radhika Sikakane.
In the program, they really leave it up to you. I mean, the help is there when you need it, figuring out how to use the programs like Premiere, Audition, and figuring out how to use the cameras. But it's up to you to sort of experiment and figure out what you can do when you go out in the field.
They brought candles and flowers to remember the student who lost her life yesterday.
Theresa May says the international community condemns Moscow.
They really make sure that you know the basics and you are able to put out a quality product.
I'm Brady Tretnero.
And I'm Radhika Sikakane. Thank you for tuning in to BCIT Magazine.
This is 1680 The Crow, and you're listening to our feature presentation.
Welcome to For the Record. My name is Keenan Tregaskis, and today we are talking about the Winskill redesign project in Tsawwassen. The president of the Tsawwassen Amateur Baseball Association, Lucas Neretter, and TABA representatives have advocated for the redesign to reflect the needs of Tsawwassen baseball and the slow pitch groups. According to a statement made by the Tsawwassen Baseball, that number is over 3,000. Today's guest is Lucas Neretter, who has been president of TABA since last September. Thank you for joining me today, Lucas.
Yeah, my pleasure.
So what was your role in this process as a TABA president?
As a president of TABA, obviously I've been mandated to look out for youth baseball and BC minor baseball in the community of Tsawwassen. So my mandate is to look out for the present and future growth of baseball. So my role in the Winskill development was to represent the Tsawwassen Amateur Baseball Association in what we felt on the executive as a priority for the government of Delta to provide more facilities for diamond sports as a whole.
So I know this